we're all trained to think about what do we do when resources are limiting, and we still like, you look at what we have, right? We have like closets full of clothes, and I can fly to Sydney not just to talk with you, but I can fly to Sydney and talk with you, and like I can be really picky about what kind of chocolate I have, and I can have it every day. Yet somehow we still have in our minds that we need more, which completely makes sense, right? Because not 200 years ago, we did. We were most people would have been this close to just nothing. Now we still have a lot of people this close to nothing, but certainly fewer, proportionally. And I don't know, I think so. I think the middle classes are bigger now. And we really, like evolution, the theory I was dealing with didn't have a way to deal systematically with the perils of abundance. And like, we also don't have a good way to deal with the perils of abundance, because we have no self-control, and we haven't had to evolve it. It would have been silly to have self-control around food, around shiny things, around status, right? It's people who held back on that. That would be a terrible idea, right? But we really don't have a way to think about what happens at this point when holding back on those things is exactly what we need to do, right? And I don't really.
How do we make that a value in itself?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm honestly not a big
Use different language.
Use different language, but I think part of it is I don't think a lot of our problems are going to be solved through individuals taking action with their self-control. I think a lot of it might have to come from a sort of using the way humans act and saying, well, we'll just remove this option, or so expecting people with limited money to spend more money on something that's slightly less toxic for the environment is silly. What you have to do is regulate so that the more toxic option is not available, right? And then make it so that people can have what they need in a less toxic way. But expecting people to like fight against many sort of really intrinsic human reactions is kind of funny. It's like saying, well, the solution to saving humans is to not be humans, right? And I think we can nudge people, but we can nudge people to act differently, right? Advertising is great at it. I have great faith that if advertising can convince people to spend 100 pounds on yoga leggings, right? Surely those same tools can be used to convince people to act more responsibly and to pressure big corporations and to pressure governments to regulate it. Of course, the problem is that the big corporations who can invest in advertising that will make you buy $100 or 100-pound yoga leggings are not going to like turn that tool into stopping themselves, right? So I don't have answers on that one. We know that human behavior is malleable and directable. We like to think we make choices, but we probably only make very tiny ones. So we have the tools, it's just that we're using them to make money at the expense of sort of a habitable planet, and there's really no reason we can't use them to make money in a way that leads us towards a habitable planet, or even to make the planet habitable at the expense of filthy rich people who are incredibly rich being only very rich. I just don't feel bad for anyone who goes from having billions of dollars at their disposal to mere billion. My heart does not bleed.
I think we might finish.
Yeah, before I incriminate us all.
Thank you so much.
Before I say anything treasonous.